everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today's video is going to be a little chit chat get ready with me. This is a little bonus video amidst the Vlogmas. If y'all didn't know, I randomly decided to start doing Vlogmas on day 16. I just figured that since my exams and all of my schoolwork was finished, my semester is done, I don't have a lot to do, and so I thought that just filming and uploading videos would be a good use of my time. So here we are. I just feel like I haven't sat down and talked to you for a long time, so I asked you guys questions on my Instagram and to try and keep them more update-ish and life-ish. That way I could kind of talk about stuff and kind of update you guys on what's been going on lately, and just where I am and stuff like that. I didn't want to just do an old-fashioned Q&A, so I figured I'd go ahead and do a little get ready with me. My sister and I are about to head out, run some errands. I think we're going to Target, we're going to a coffee shop, and then I think we might shoot a couple pictures, which you guys will probably see or would have already seen in a Vlogmas video. Since you have to get ready to shoot pictures, otherwise they just do not turn out so good, I thought that I'd go ahead and just kind of show you guys what I do. My routine is very simple, especially when I don't have zits, even though I have one up here and a couple under my nose, but other than that, I haven't really been breaking out lately. So I don't really feel the need to wear a lot of makeup because there's nothing necessarily to cover up except for my pale skin. With pictures, I'll do a little bit more mascara and eyeshadow and stuff like that. So I figured that this would be a good time to film a get ready with me. And just so you guys know, my mirror is right here, so I'll be looking this way a little bit. And all my makeup stuff is up on this dresser, so if you see me looking that way, that's probably why. Alright, so the first question is, how did your exams go? And they went really well. If you guys watched my past couple week in my life, so you would know that I don't know, I was kind of feeling a little bit stressed just because I hadn't studied for my exams until the day before, and I had lots of research papers. I actually lost a huge chunk of a research paper that I had to completely rewrite, and just everything piled on top of me all at once. I'm actually gonna get a mirror out because I feel like leaning this way is not really a good look for the frame. So yeah, I only had 2 in-class final exams, and then I had 1 online that I almost didn't take, but then I emailed her and I was like, hey, I actually asked about points and stuff, and she was like, oh no, you have to take the final exam, and I was like, okay, cool, you should have just said that in the syllabus, but alright. So yeah, I think I only missed 1 question on that. It's online though, I literally googled every single question and got the answer. Sorry, it was just that point in the semester. And online classes, it's what do you want me to do? It's just so hard to kind of balance that, especially when your teachers let you get away with it. And then my 2 in-person exams went really well. My Native American, I got a 96, which is better than my midterm, so that was improvement. And then my marketing exam, which I hardly even studied for, I only missed 1 question on that too, so I got a 98 on that. So they went really well for not preparing super well beforehand. And then yeah, my 3 research papers, 1 I got a 100 on, but that doesn't count. Basically, if you turn it in, you get an A. That's also the exam, or the online class where you can look everything up. And then my English final paper, I got a 98 on, which is crazy good for her. I was not expecting that at all. That's super high for her class. And then my native paper, I got a 92 on, which is actually better than I expected. I don't know, I guess I just didn't take as much time with that one as I did my English paper, and I was just kind of burnt out with all the writing. But yeah, it was good. I mean, I ended up getting a 4.0 this year, which is pretty good. So yeah, I mean, exams finished up well, the semester finished off well. I'm really happy with just how I did, and I feel like I learned a lot, mostly due to my Native American professor, who I also had for English online. She was just awesome, really challenged her students, and yeah, I just feel like I was exposed to a lot with her. Yeah, she was really awesome. I really liked her. So yeah, the semester is officially over. Spring semester starts January 14th, so we have about a month off. However, 10 of those days I will be in Florida, which I'm so excited about. I really need just some sun, some ocean and sand time. I love the ocean. It's just it's my happy place. Like, it's my go-to place. I love it so much. And then I think someone asked like what classes I was taking in the spring semester. So I'm taking World History 2, which is like from the 1500s on, I think. I'm taking Sophomore Seminar Liberal Arts, which I heard might get canceled. That's what I'm getting my associates in. So I don't know if I'll be taking that or not, hopefully, so that I can get my associates, but I don't know. And then I'm taking the Internet and Everyday Life, which is a communication class, which I'm so excited about. I'm taking Intercultural Communication, which I'm also super excited about. And then I'm going between 2 different science classes. They're both online just because I'm not a huge science person, and I also don't really have the time to take like another in-person class. So I'm going between Environmental Geology, which is kind of like humans, or the human impact on the earth and how it's affecting it, which I think would be really interesting. Or I might take like a How Life Works like introduction biology class, because the only biology class I took was senior year of high school, and it was from a creation standpoint, so I feel like I didn't really get like all of the information. But I don't know who the professor is for that class yet, so if it's someone good, I'll probably end up taking that class. But if the professor doesn't get very good like ratings on Rate My Professor, then I will do Environmental Geology. Just realized I haven't shown you guys what I've been using. This is the L'Oreal True Match foundation. I use it as a concealer, so I just put it under my eyes, my zit, my chin, and then like my nose, because my nose gets kind of red. But yeah, that's it for that. So now I'm gonna go ahead and do my powder and my bronzer. My powder is L'Oreal True Match, and then my powder bronzer is the Hoola from Benefit bronzer. Okay, so another question was, how did you figure out what degree to do? And so if you guys don't know, I was originally a psychology major. And so I was like week 2 into the first semester, and I was like, yeah, like I do not want a career in this field. And so I was just researching a bunch of different like degrees that my college offers. I was between international business, marketing, and communication. And then the 2 business degrees and the marketing, they're all through the business college. And so you have to take like a lot of math stuff and like business analytics and just like a lot of like business stuff, which is obvious, but like I don't really like that stuff, and I don't like find the need, because like I know I don't want to do anything in that field for the rest of my life, and so I didn't really like want to pursue that major because I know I wouldn't be enjoying that class. And so I decided on communication. I know this is known as like an easy major, and like I mean it is compared to like engineering or, you know, chemistry or biology. It is easy, but it's a different kind of skill that we need. And so for me personally, like psychology was an idea that I really liked. And so psychology is more so like science in the brain and like how the brain kind of functions. And I feel like communication is kind of like the social part of psychology. Like they're kind of both very similar. But to me, psychology feels more like sciencey and like brainy, whereas communication obviously still involves your brain, but it's more so like how we humans socially interact with people. And I really liked that idea, because I mean I'm a super awkward person, and like interacting with people is not like the easiest thing for me. But I also think that with social media and technology, we have really lost our communication skills. I actually just saw something recently. It was like, you know, nowadays people will send pictures back and forth on Snapchat, and they call that communication. And that's exactly why I deleted Snapchat, because it's not communication. Like I am someone who, I don't even like texting, like just call me, you know, or well, let's do it in person. Like I just don't like communication online. And so yeah, communication just really appealed to me. And then I'm also minoring in marketing because I kind of want to do like social media marketing. So yeah, it was just kind of like a longer process, and obviously like whatever you go into college thinking you're going to major in doesn't necessarily mean you're going to come out with that major, and it's okay if it takes you longer to figure out what major you want. Or, you know, what I think is good is like choose a major that is kind of versatile and that you can use in lots of different ways, which is why I loved communication, because you can do so much with it. but then you can kind of tailor that and make it your own with minors and certificates and stuff like that. Okay, another question about college was, how do you organize exercise in college and everything? How are you not stressed out? Ha ha ha. So yeah, I really am just like not, I just like don't really get stressed that often. Like my last couple weeks of the semester I felt slightly stressed, but just because like I didn't really have the time to do it because I was either working or like hanging out with family, or like I just had other stuff to do. And so what I think you have to do is just kind of like prioritize, and like college is really important to me, and getting, not even getting good grades, but like doing my work and doing it well and to the best of my ability is really important to me, and so I do that. And so like college and my classes is my first priority, and also like I still live at home. I don't live on campus. I don't have a ton of friends on campus, so I'm not necessarily like tempted to go out and to, you know, yeah, just go out, party, do all that kind of social stuff because I'm at home. So I think that has helped. But I think also naturally I'm just kind of like I'm just a naturally organized person, and so it's just like not really hard for me to balance all of these kind of stuff. I would recommend making the checklist, everything you have to do. But yeah, it's just, I don't really get stressed. I just feel like I have a pretty chill personality, and that's just, I don't know, like things to do don't really take over me and consume me because I know that I can do them, and I know that I can do them well because I have in the past. So yeah. Okay, I'm really just like talking and not doing my makeup, so sorry. Okay, I will get on this. Okay, so next question. If you don't mind me asking, why do you celebrate Christmas if you are an atheist/agnostic? I don't know which one. So I use the term secular humanist. I think atheist is like, why do I have to be defined by something that I don't believe in? So I'm a secular humanist. I don't believe that there is a God or a supernatural being that created everything. However, I do believe in goodness and pursuing good relationships, and just pursuing things that feed your soul, and that can then in turn kind of feed other souls. So as for Christmas, we actually aren't really doing Christmas this year. We're not doing any gifts just because we are going to Florida, and my dad kind of splurged on flights down there, so that's kind of like our Christmas present. And it's like, we don't need anything. Like, we already have so much stuff. Too much stuff, and like we don't need to spend money on more stuff. So yeah, we're just kind of like not doing the present aspect. I mean, I obviously still have a tree up, I have Merry Christmas pillows, like I still have all my decorations up. We're just like not doing the present part of it within our family. Like, we still did it with my grandparents and my brother's girlfriend. Well, we will be doing it with her. So we're still gonna like have a little Christmas. We're just not doing like super big Christmas gifts just because we're going to Florida. But as for the Christmas aspect, like Christmas is like a hijacked holiday. I feel like that's the best way to kind of say it. So it was originally just a celebration of the winter solstice, and so over in Europe people would celebrate the winter solstice because that signified like, you know, the dark days are over, the short days, and the longer days will be coming with, you know, it'll just be brighter and sunnier and stuff like that. So that was their kind of celebration. And then Pope Julius I, he kind of randomly decided, oh, I think Jesus should be born December 25th, which isn't I mean, obviously the Bible doesn't say anything about like when Jesus was born, but he decided that it was December 25th, and so that was right around this the winter solstice. And so he kind of adopted those celebrations and that were pagan and secular celebrations and turned them into something kind of religious, and tried to get people to leave their pagan celebrations and come to the like Christian and religious celebrations. The Christmas tree, like that's a pagan tradition. The lights are kind of pagan, like, so like it was all these different elements from different like cultures and people and pagan and secular people that were kind of all mixed in. And then over in the US with the Puritans, they actually outlawed Christmas for a little while. So then later, I think it was declared like a national holiday in like the late 1800s maybe. And so Christmas was kind of reinvented there, and so they kind of decided like what was a Christmas tradition, like, you know, the Christmas lights and the Christmas tree and gift giving. That was something to like spoil your kids without like actually spoiling them, because it was socially acceptable to give them presents. So it's just like, it's not solely a Christian holiday. It was hijacked by the Christians, And so when you look at it that way, I'll actually link the website that I've read before. I think it's from history.com. So if you want to read like the whole like history of Christmas, it's really, really interesting. You can do that. But yeah, it's not like a Christian holiday, even though, yeah, I mean, they kind of hijacked it and adopted it to be theirs, but it was originally from celebrating the winter solstice and the end of darkness and on to the brighter and sunnier days. Okay, again with the talking and not doing. This is a Maybelline Total Temptation mascara. I think there's coconut oil in it. Like, my eyes are so sensitive, and so for some reason this one doesn't really bother it. Plus it makes my lashes really long, really dark, and it hydrates them too, which is really nice. And then yeah, I did do like a little bit of eyeshadow. It's from the Naked Basics. It was Naked 2. That's usually like the only one that I use. I don't really do eyeshadow or anything fancy. Okay, so now I'm gonna just kind of like clean up above my eyes because I got some mascara, and like underneath my eyes because I have some sleepies hanging out there. But someone asked, do you ever feel guilty for changing your religious views? I'm in the same position with my family. And no, I don't feel guilty. I don't think you should feel guilty. I know that sometimes like family members will make you feel guilty, and they'll be like, oh, like this is just a test. You know, this is just part of your testimony. Like eventually you'll come back. But it's like, no, like if you actually sat down and tried to talk to me about why it happened and why I changed my beliefs, then maybe like you would understand a little bit better. I mean, since my immediate family is all kind of in my boat, I don't feel guilty about anything, and I have them to talk about, which is really, really special and really unique, and I'm really thankful for that. But yeah, or I guess my dad's side of the external family, they are all very religious, and so they don't quite understand, but they also have not asked us like why we've changed our beliefs and why we think what we do now. So they don't really know or even care to know, which is really upsetting. I think that says more about them than it does us. And so I think just kind of keeping that in mind and like staying strong and just really, really trying to figure out, okay, what do I believe? What do I think? Why do I think that? What led me here? You know, who are my sources? How do I know what to like trust, or who to trust, what to believe, all that kind of stuff. If you just keep like researching and stuff, I think, I don't know, or maybe I'm honestly at the point with my grandparents where like they have pulled away so much the past year, 2 years because of this. And so I'm going over there for my birthday weekend, which is usually what we do. And so I'm so tempted to say just like religion is such a huge part of who you become and who you are. And without that, it also completely shapes who you are and your worldview and what you think and what you believe and what you do and all that kind of stuff. And so if they're not willing to take the time to get to know the new you and yeah, just to understand all of that, then they can't really know you. And it's like, if you're not willing to know me, then like that's not reciprocal. And I'm such a huge proponent of reciprocal relationships, because otherwise they just don't flourish. And so yeah, just being willing to like say, hey, like, can we sit down and talk about this? Are you willing to have this conversation? I think that would be really helpful. I just finished up with some EOS lip balm. This one's the peppermint one. It's so good. And yeah, that's it for my video. I really hope you guys enjoyed it. This is like so long, 28 minutes, oh boy. But I hope it was good. I just like sitting down and being able to talk freely, because I feel like that's where the vulnerability and the self-disclosure comes from, and that's how like we can form closer relationships and bonds, which I think is really important in an online setting. So yeah, be sure to stay tuned. There will be more Vlogmas videos to come before Christmas, as well as some holiday videos. So be sure to follow me on Instagram and subscribe, like this video, and I'll talk to you guys in my next video. Bye!